How's it going, everyone? I'm just tweeting out the stream as usual. How's it going, Slim? All right, yeah. How's everyone doing? It's been a minute since I have hopped on the stream, but we're just gonna watch some hoops from last year. This is part of the off season where you know much about for like young hoopers. I mean, like I don't think I'm like an expert, but I can provide some insight. Um, this is kind of like the part in the off season where I like to. Well, I mean, I'm also watching this game for a project that I teased on my Twitter, but also where I just like to like take stock of the NBA and a lot of teams heading into next season. Like how good, how good are Steph Curry and Draymond Green and Clay still, or like obviously like you know I'm always gonna have fun watching Wemby, but a lot of this like stock taking, right? Just like where are we at heading into this next season? Always think is kind of a valuable thing to do. Um, yeah, I cannot argue with getting strong. That will absolutely help. Oh my lord, Wemby. Classic. Classic 7-4. The Spurs did more of this like 5-1 pick and roll with Wemby and Trey Jones like late into the season, and I hope they never stop doing that. Jesus Christ, was this a goaltend? I don't know, maybe, but like absurd. How do you block a shot from this fucking? Oh my goodness. Wemby. I think Boogie is better than Ian by a good margin, at least from like a long-term NBA perspective. They're not, I don't know exactly. I don't know. I see my mic is muted. How's it going, Gabar? Appreciate it. Yeah, I hopefully am no longer muted now. Gonna go back because I missed that call. Chetty. Steph, nice pull up. No. Was this the game where I think this was the game where Trace postered Wemby? I think this was that game. I think so. Good drive by Branham. I don't know why Ian gets left out of mocks. I'd probably take him in like the late first. I think. He's just not that like dynamic of an athlete or like a crazy creator. He's just like a good all around like offensive combo guard, which isn't like the sexiest archetype these days. But Ian's a good player. I don't know how much like upside I think he has, but he's a good player, and I think he's going to be pretty good at North Carolina from the jump, which I'm excited about. Oh my goodness, ridiculous. Yeah. Draymond has been killing people with this 2v1 lob for the better part of a decade. Hey Raphael, thanks. Appreciate that. Oh my goodness. Josh Hubbard is awesome. I just wish he wasn't so small. It's an it's an uphill battle for basically any 5'9", 5'10" point guard to make the league. Especially one that's not like a crazy athlete like Hubbard, but like his shooting is so ridiculous. Like he he might be like a top 3, 4 shooter in all of college basketball already. Um, what a pass. But yeah, Hubbard's just a crazy, crazy shooter. And that'll give him a chance. I would guess Hubbard ends up being like I remember them being what was I gonna say? He's probably gonna be like a really great Euro point guard. I would guess Josh Hubbard, but that's not a slight at all. That's a good life, you know. Chetty, Draymond going under. Draymond. Oh. Yeah, they're gonna be cool letting Draymond take those floaters all day. Malachi Branham. Curious to see what steps Branham can take in year 3. Hopefully, mostly on the defensive end for Branham, but he's interesting at least. Oh my goodness, not normal. I don't think Matherin's gonna be I never thought Matherin was a star prospect personally. I certainly would like him to be because he plays for my favorite team. So I would certainly like for Matherin to end up being a star, but I have always seen him as more of like a microwavy sixth man type. And I would still guess that's probably Matherin's role. I just don't think he creates enough in terms of playmaking. The defense is still quite rough, which can improve. But yeah, no, I definitely view Branham as more of like a oh my goodness. Definitely view Branham as more of like a long time role guy. Yeah, EuroLeague is definitely underrated. I think we're gonna see more EuroLeague guys play in the NBA, like Yabusele. Like as the salary cap in the CBA gets like so constricted, right? I think teams are gonna have to look for creative ways to fill out their rosters, and like there's a lot of fucking good EuroLeague players who could play in the NBA today, like Yabusele, right? Like there are a lot of good EuroLeague guys who could be ninth, 10th, 8th men in some rotations. And I do think we're going to see. What's the guy? I can't think of his name. The center that the Pelicans signed, Matlovich, maybe, is another example of that. Yeah, Lasor, exactly. Just like a lot of EuroLeague guys are really, really talented basketball players. Any tips for a freshman trying to get a D1 offer? That's a tough thing to do. My biggest piece of advice as like an outside evaluator is like make sure you have accessible information, whether that's like your film or like your stats or your measurements or whatever. Because that's like usually the biggest barrier for like getting eyes on these like the guys who aren't like on like slam hoops or whatever, because it's hard to evaluate a player if you can't watch them play, right? So that's something like making yourself like very accessible is like it can only help, you know what I'm saying? Like it can't hurt you to make yourself accessible, and coaches will appreciate that.